Welcome back. What an amazing weekend for sports. I mean, regardless of who you root for, UK taking care of business. More on Big Blue in just a bit. As we just discussed, U of L rallying on Saturday to win in overtime. Then there's the Super Bowl. Patriots 28, Seahawks 24. Now, this is my prediction last Friday on our show. The Patriots get the thrill of victory. The Seahawks get the agony of Deflategate. In other words, 27-24 Patriots. How about that? Former U of L and current pro quarterback Brian Brohm. Hey, I missed it by 1 point. I'll go ahead and take that.
That is a great prediction. Very close. Very good.
Yeah, I wish I would have done more than just predict it on the air. But
Exactly.
All right, so the interception at the goal line. I got to know, first of all, you're watching it. Did the play surprise you?
It did surprise me at that point in time. Like everyone else, you saw Marshawn Lynch barrel for 5 yards the play before. You would think they just go right back to the same exact play, but I do understand Pete Carroll's logic. He wanted to get all 3 plays in, and he didn't feel like he could do that without having one of them be a pass play. So they decided to make that the first one, and I think they're regretting it now.
What happens as a quarterback? You've taken many, many snaps, all right? What happens? You're under center, or you're getting ready to go under center. The play is brought in, called in, whatever, and you fundamentally disagree with it. Which
you run the play. You run the play. I mean, a lot of times you have freedom to check out of the play, but most of the time you're going to get the play, run it. It's a very common goal line play, throwing that slant with the pick play, so DBs do react to that, and this DB reacted perfectly on the play. Russell Wilson, the only thing he could have done different was try to put the ball on the left shoulder away from the defensive back. You probably had an incompletion, maybe the ball got bad in the air, something like that, maybe even complete. So that's the only thing as a quarterback I think he could have done differently.
Or I guess the other thing he could have done is obviously not eat the ball, but just throw it out of the end zone and live for 2 more plays.
He could have tried to, yeah, exactly. He could have tried to throw it away and let Marshawn take over from there.
You kind of wonder, and I mean, we're discussing what people all over the country are discussing. Do you think this is a situation where the Seahawks are just kicking themselves, saying, the Patriots didn't win it, we lost it?
You know, I think that always happens after a loss. You go back, you relive every single play that you went through in that game. Could I have done this differently? What could I have done better? And obviously, when it comes down to that last play, it's very obvious to every fan watching. We wish we would have done something different there, which is give the ball to Marshawn. But everyone can second guess. Hindsight's 20/20.
Okay, since you are a pro quarterback, let's talk about the quarterbacks in this game. Tom Brady, 37 of 50, 328 yards, 4 touchdowns, throws 50 times in a winning effort. He was the MVP. Your opinion, you're someone that watches quarterbacks. What makes Brady so good from your standpoint?
He's so calm and collected, very accurate. You see him in the pocket. He never looks flustered. The only way I think you can even try to contain Brady is to hit him, to make him get out of the pocket.
And he did get hit constantly in that game.
A few times that he got some pressure, he wasn't as accurate, and they did make some way there, but he had a lot of plays where he had a clean pocket, and he's going to pick you apart with a quick game, get the ball out of his hands quickly, and he's so accurate, and he always goes to the right place with the ball, it seems like. So
yep.
That makes him the best in the business.
And what's amazing is he threw it 50 times. Usually when a quarterback's throwing it 50 times, it's because his team is way behind and he's slinging it. I mean, this is part of their game plan, to throw it 50 times and come out with the win. I don't know if that's ever happened before.
You know, that's part of their game plan, is the ball control offense, is them throwing the short passes there to Edelman, to Vereen, instead of really running the ball,
right,
like most teams do. So he does a great job of being accurate to making those. He makes those short passes like running plays, because you can almost guarantee he's going to complete them.
Fun question. You sort of kind of answered it. You said he's the best in the business. Where do you think he ranks all time? Now we're looking at the Unitises and Roger Staubach and Joe Montana, Steve Young, whatever. In your opinion, and this is not right or wrong, just how you see him.
You know, you see him been to 6 Super Bowls, won 4. I mean, he's got to be up there in the top. I mean, I think he might be the best.
He might be the best.
So he's at least in the top 5, definitely probably in the top 3 of anyone's list. And most people, he's probably right there on top, number 1.
How about his counterpart, Russell Wilson, who had a very, very decent performance, 12 of 21, 241 yards. Remember, didn't even complete a pass till the second quarter. 2 touchdowns, but of course that very costly interception at the end of the game.
You know, he's very efficient. He's very efficient with the way that he distributes the ball. They have a great running game. He can run the ball as well. I think we saw all that. He got the ball down the field to Chris Matthews, who had a coming out party in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, how about that?
Which is great. Great for him. He actually is a former Winnipeg Blue Bomber, the team I played with last year. and obviously Kentucky Wildcat, but that's a huge game for him. His size was something I think the Patriots weren't really taking into consideration. They had to adjust and put Browner on him later in the game. But Russell, I thought he had a very good game. He wanted that last play back, but it still wasn't a bad throw. It was a great play by the DB.
It was a great play, but does any blame need to go on Russell Wilson for throwing it? Or sometimes you just have to tip your cap or tip your helmet to the opposition?
That's one where you tip your hat to the opposition, but like I said, it is a common play where those DBs will try to drive on the ball down in the goal line, where a lot of times you like to put it back hip, back shoulder, just so it won't have any opportunity to be picked. I mean, he threw an accurate ball. The guy made a great play. You can't say a whole lot about it.
All right. We've got some video of you back in your U of L days. How long ago was that? Not that long ago.
A little while ago.
A little bit. As a player, I'm wondering, do you watch a game differently? I mean, as a broadcaster, if I'm watching a movie or a TV show, I'll watch how a scene is shot or how it's edited. It's just something I inherently do. Are you noticing things watching a game that maybe the average fan at home does not?
I think as a quarterback, I'm always looking at coverage, blitzes, the protection checks at the line, all those type of things. You're seeing it kind of through a coach's view as opposed to a fan. Normally you're just following the ball and letting the ball take you to where the play goes. But I try to see the big picture and see if maybe he missed something here, had an opportunity here, maybe they didn't take. So when I watch, it's more of from a coach's perspective.
So if you're watching a game and as real time, if someone looks like they're getting ready to blitz or the defense is going to do something funky, can you sort of pick it up? Or at least does your spider sense start to tingle?
You have those pictures that we've watched so much film and
Right.
you've seen so many, it happens so many times that,
Right.
you see the safety rock down, you're saying, oh, the linebacker's coming. You can see that on the film while you're watching the game. So definitely I kind of go through that process when I'm watching the game.
Final question, Brian. I appreciate you being here. You played in the NFL, in the CFL, last year with Winnipeg, and I know you're a workout-aholic. You look great. Obviously, you look like you're still in playing shape. People are curious. They're like, what's up with Brian Brohm? What's up with our former U of L quarterback? So tell us, what's going on with you?
Right now, I'll hit free agency February 10th from the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. So we have a window here to kind of negotiate a deal with them until the 10th, and if that doesn't happen, I'll be going into Canadian free agency and looking to play up in Canada once again.
Did you enjoy Canadian ball since there are inherent differences from the NFL and
It's a
from
lot of
American
fun.
ball?
It's definitely a lot of fun for quarterbacks. With those 3 downs, you really got to push the ball down the field a little bit more, so we're throwing the ball much more than we're running, and it's fun. Wide open game, big field, receivers in motion, so there's a lot of different things that make it really fun as a quarterback.
It's good to see you. I know a lot of people miss you around here and wish you nothing but the best.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks so much for coming by. We really
problem.
appreciate it. All right.